question to you, AJ, is what makes Jett's approach different? Is it a mindset? Is he thinking more patiently rather than trying to charge the track? And how do we approach that mindset? Because his level of flow is something that I aspire to. Thanks. Have a good day.
Great question. Real GP, shouting out other app members too. He's an OG member. He's been in the app since day one. He might have even been a Patreon member before the Moto Academy existed, but he's certainly an OG member. Yes, two things. One, the way that Jett rides is definitely a mindset. It is because it requires patience. If you are in a hurry, you are going to charge into the corner too deep, and you're going to brake too hard, and you're going to kind of just pummel yourself and bury yourself into the braking bumps, which is what 90% of the rest of the competition does, right? Especially when somebody's beating you that bad and you're trying to keep up, you're going to try to make up time where it's not easy. I always just say make up time where it's easy. What that means is Jett is going fast in places where guys aren't. He might be giving up a little bit of time in that last 3/4 of the straightaway where the other guys are still wide open, where Jett might brake early, and then he will lighten up the bike and re-accelerate or even just coast last minute going into the turn just to keep the bike light. So he might give up time, let's say mid straightaway or just past the midway point in the straightaway, but he's gaining it when he's keeping the bike light and floating across the braking bumps where everybody else is on the binders. And then when he gets into the first third of the turn, he's probably carrying 1 to 2 miles an hour more in the first third of the turn because he's not stuffing himself into it, which then makes him at the midway point in the corner and the 3/4 mark in the turn, he's probably going 2 to 3 miles an hour faster than everybody else. So his exit out of the corner looks explosive. I think we've talked about this before where at Southwick, you would see him just like launch out and he would just like, where everybody else was kind of like barely even able to get the front end lofted across the top, he was launching out like somebody just shot him out of a cannon. That isn't just because his bike's faster, that's because he's carrying more speed around the first part of the turn, which then creates a ton of speed at the end. So then the first part of his straightaway is crazy, crazy, crazy fast. And it allows him time to be patient in the spot where it's rough. But my theory is that people are going to learn to ride that way again. I think it's gone through phases. Like Stefan Everts definitely used to ride that way too. And I'm sure plenty of other people. I bet you a lot of people will catch on to that style and then it's going to make the track rough in different places again. And then you're going to have to go back to charging fast and braking in kind of the traditional area. You would think, right? Because if everybody starts doing what Jett's doing, the track's not going to develop the same way. But it's hard to do what he does because as soon as you feel some type of pressure, it's difficult to ride that way. I even was doing it today. This track was getting really rough right going into the turns. And when I was trying to put down a fast lap, I would charge in too fast to the entry of the bumps and it would force me to, I had no choice but to decelerate through the bumps. And next thing you know, I'm just getting kicked around and I'm just kind of like holding on for dear life, as opposed to the laps where I really felt confident and like not in a rush. I was able to, you know, wheelie in, drop the front and then just jump across or blip the throttle quickly and kind of float through. And it feels slower sometimes, but it ends up being faster. So it's kind of, I don't know. It is the mindset of being confident because it feels slow. So you have to have the confidence and just knowing, okay, I'm still going to beat these guys even though this feels too slow and too smooth. But it's a fun way to ride. That's how I was riding today. If you guys enjoyed this podcast clip and you want to listen to full episodes, make sure you go download them on Spotify and Apple Music. If you want to watch full episodes or be a person that sends in your own video submission, go to club.themotoacademy.com and subscribe to join the Moto Academy family today.